Hello, everyone. Hey, viewers. Hi, I'm back. It is me, New York vocalist Benita Charles, coming to you again for another episode of Singing Tips. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Hello, I see I have one person join. How are you? I am here in New York City, and I'm coming to you for another episode of Singing Tips. Every week I give singing tips to beginner singers, shall I say. And just to explain that, the show section is the show part of show business. And where that comes from is a movie that I was inspired to see some time ago, the story of James Brown, and it was called Get On Up. And it was such a wonderful movie. This movie came out in 2014, but it's still, the concert scene alone was worth the movie. It was just wonderful. And the actor who played James Brown really made you feel like you were watching James Brown. So there was a point in the movie where James was talking to his manager, and the manager said to him, played by Dan Aykroyd, "This is show business. You take care of the show, and I'll take care of the business." And that really struck a chord with me, because there are two parts to show business. There's the show part, the performances, your talent, and then there's the business part, contracts, copyrights, and all the things that help you make money. So right now we're in the show part. We're still in the show part, and we've been talking about songwriting. And last week's tip was all about writer's block. And then we talked about music and lyrics, and we talked about why it was important to be a songwriter. But this week I wanted to talk about protecting your work, and that's with copyrights. So if you're a songwriter and you've been writing your music, it's very, very important for you to register your music with the Office of Copyrights through the New York government. Through the United States government. And that protects your work from anyone trying to take your work. So that's what we're going to talk about this week. It's all about copyrights. So I have 3 reasons why you should copyright your music. Well, I just talked about the first reason, actually. It gives you protection against someone taking your music. So if you write your music, you put it out there, and then you notice that someone is using your music and making money from it, or to sue them, to stop and to sue them for damages. So being the copyright owner is so important. Secondly, you have exclusive rights to that music, so you can do whatever you want. You can record it, you can perform it live, you can license it. So that's why it's so important to copyright your material. And I have another point with this too. A bonus tip is for you to copyright your songs as you go along, because if you wait, sometimes you don't get around to it, and a week goes by, a month goes by, a year goes by, and you haven't copyrighted it, and you're losing money by not copyrighting your music. And also you run the risk of someone stealing your material, and then you don't have any recourse. So that's why it's so important. And I would say copyright it as you go along. So you might want to know, well, how do I copyright it? So you go to the website copyright.gov, and that is the official website of the Library of Congress. Hello, how are you? We're talking about copywriting, protecting your work. Are you a performer? I see you are an egg, so I don't know if you're a troll or not. Hopefully you're not a troll, but what's your name? How are you? I'm Benita Charles from New York, and I am a New York vocalist, and every week I give singing tips to beginner singers to help them become professional. And today we're talking about protecting your work, copywriting. So for performers and singers and songwriters, if you recorded your song, you want to use the SR form, which is the sound recording. I believe that's what it's called, sound recording form. So that's if you go in the studio and you record it, before you release it, you can't stay on too long, but that's basically it. That's what I want. If you have any questions, you can always call. They have an 800 number. You can go on their website and call, and they can help you with any question. I found this helpful. You can find me on Instagram at BCM Sings, and it links to the Singing Tip blog. So, and also I'm on a YouTube channel. I put these on YouTube, so you can always go to YouTube. Always protect your song, and you should copyright as you go along. And this is how you protect your song, is by registering it with the Library of Congress, a copyright form. And as a copyright, you have exclusive rights to this music, and nobody can steal your music. You can sue. And hope you have a wonderful holiday season. This is the holiday time. I hope you're enjoying all of the beautiful festivities, and the lights here in New York is just so beautiful. I was walking around this evening, it was just gorgeous. But I wanted to just give you a quick message to protect your work. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time for Singing Tips.